Well, I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And, well, you both have really interesting roles.
Definitely.
Bad guy, you're not a cop this time around?
Oh, what is bad and what is good?
Well, you are
I mean,
a good...
everybody here has a little dark side, don't they?
Yeah. You're wealthy.
There you go.
Wealthy
Yes.
character.
Wealthy, very business oriented.
Business oriented.
Loves his family.
And really both of you are kind of off the scales a little bit. So what is it that drove you to this particular project?
That, for sure. I mean, I think that it's incredibly, intriguing to play characters that are left of center, that are, unlike us, really. I mean, I feel like this is the first time I'm playing a character who truly I don't have that much in common with, which is really exciting, because we don't usually casting process. They cast, essences that are similar to who you are. This personally, I really don't feel like I have a lot in common with her, which is exciting.
You don't read cards.
No. And I'm not.
I think how eccentric these characters are is what's interesting to me, because eccentric people usually, once you get to know them and you learn about them and you see what they're about, the challenge is to see how they can normalize themselves in your vision and why you thought they were eccentric in the first place. So this character, my character, is very eccentric. You don't know where he is, and I don't think he may know where he's at or which way he's going or how he handles opportunity. And so all these characters are like that. There's no clear, everybody's got their skeletons, and not afraid to show them when they have to. And that's what I like about all these characters.
I've heard before that playing a bad guy, so-called, is creatively, it gives you freedom. It takes the shackles off because you don't have to be good. You don't have to necessarily be liked. Do you feel that way?
Not really. Now, for me, no, because I don't judge any character I play, whether they're good or whether they're bad. I just try to find the truth and the human in each one of them in every moment. I don't really, not too much comes easy for me. Yeah, it's hard what we do. Maybe anger may come sometimes. But other than that, it's really it's hard work to try to find certain nuances in the character, nuances that are not fabricated, nuances that genuinely just come out naturally when you're doing it.
Right.
And then clocking it and putting that in the character. But the way the script was written, it gives you the opportunity to find a lot of those. So that's what's good about it.
And
I agree with that.
did either of you guys have to do much research for your roles? I know there's a lot of cultural significance to the show and a lot of, like you said, nuances. What kind of prep went into playing these characters?
I certainly, went. I'm not in the psychic world, and my character doesn't really dabble in the psychic world. So for me, it was really about researching hypnosis and techniques on how to hypnotize people and that whole world, which was very interesting. I was already pretty familiar with it, but different to sort of be put under hypnosis and then actually learn techniques on what they do to make the other person feel comfortable or to put them under or whatever that is. So I definitely had fun sort of exploring all that, and that was really it for me.
Yeah, since I'm, my character is not in the nucleus of the family, the Romani world or any of that psychic world. All I did was I went to a couple of psychics when I got this part, just so that I could find something in them that I can believe, or that I could. Why would somebody go to and feel that this is something they believe in. So I went in a couple of times for readings, and I realized why people believe it, because they're so convincing, they're so engaging, they're so charismatic, and they know what to say to you. They can sense what's going on and know what to say. When they started doing that, I was like, oh shit, okay, that's what that's about. So that made my character, it helped my character, and especially going before even shooting, to accept that, yes, this is something that I can get with if there's proof to me that it works. You know, and so that going to visit those psychics helped me do that.
So you needed the proof to really get into the character?
I needed to know I could go in, and I want to see this person, even though I still don't believe it or whatever the case may be. I needed to see that this person actually is good at convincing me that this, you know, and I did. They were great, and that's how you know. Well, that's why they have so many customers.
Curiously, did you choose two different types of psychics?
I did.
Like one that was more of the normal-looking person who's smooth and casual, and then one that's got the get-up with the crystal ball and the garb.
I went to Romani psychics because I wanted to, you know.
So you went to the exactly what you find on the show.
Yeah, I wanted to see what, you know, and you know, and I was trying to find. I said, what is she saying to me that I could actually believe, or what information am I giving her that's making her go into my world, like anticipate my world. And when I say no, that's not it, how do they adjust to like, and they were both really good. I was like, oh, I can see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you're in a desperate situation and you're like your last, you know, and you go in there and somebody's telling you something you want to hear and how you can fix to make it better, you know, you might say, why not? What have I got to lose other than a little money? But then it turns out to be a lot of money.
Yeah.
Do you find the process, when you describe it, to be almost like a seduction process, like a salesman, or like a priest, or when you say like they tell you what you want to hear, like how do you approach it?
Almost like a peer. They make you sound like they understand where you're coming from, that they've experienced that. At least my experience has been with that, like never pushy, just, you know, just listening to what I'm saying, and then them taking it and turning it around and making it, drawing it back at me to actually make me feel better about what I just said. And then it's on a way of trust me, like them saying, trust me, I understand, you know. And I'm going to prove to you that you can trust me. This is how I feel about this, and it's almost the way you feel about this, you know, which is really interesting. I was like, that's good. That's good.
And you said you went and studied hypnosis, and so you were hypnotized and were able to be? Is that what you said?
I went to hypnotherapy, which is very different. And I did it for many, many years. I continue to do it. I love it as a form of therapy. She was also able to give me techniques of absolute hypnosis, of like what they do. So, you know, in the thing I was talking about, you know, mirroring. And then they do, there's so many things. It's just like it's really the power of suggestion. And that's how they kind of get you to do things. And why you really have to be very careful about who you go to not have them, you know, con you or like manipulate you in some way.
Have you tried it?
To hypnotize? Yeah. Not really, no.
And on that note, I'm going to have to steal them.
All right.
Guys, pleasure. Thank you.
Pleasure so much.
you.
Beautiful.